Hello and welcome to episode 18 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. My name is Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I've got the final two games of the National League season for you as we face Chesterfield at home and then Crewe Alexandra away. And since you were last with me, the results I've highlighted are the results we've achieved since the last episode. As you can see, a lot more red than green on there. And that is reflected in the National League table, which, as you can see, we can no longer reach the playoffs. We're on 63 points from our 44 games, 8 adrift of Tranmere in 7th, with only 6 points to play for. So I will show you the team for the first match in just a moment. Okay, so here is the team for that first match then, and it is Maldon in goal, a back four of Burko, Kenyon, Williams and Coates, Weeks at the base of midfield, Devine and Glendon ahead of him, Kuyate on the left, Whitehouse on the right, Willoughby up front. So we'll submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is recommending that we emphasise the fact we've been on a really crappy run and we're fed up with it, so go out there and change it starting now. I think that's an entirely reasonable suggestion, so we'll pump the fists and agree with him. And that's had virtually no impact on most people. A couple of motivated and a couple of hesitant and unsure and frustrated type responses, so a bit mixed, but we'll give it a go and see how it goes in the first 10 minutes of the match. So Willoughby gets it underway, Devine to Weeks, back to Williams, finds Kenyon into Devine and he plays it back to Kenyon. Ball over the top is cut out by the men in blue and the highlight comes to an end. And it's another highlight. It's a Chesterfield highlight this time. Clark is now with Dobra. King on the right hand side, cutting in. Don't close him down too quickly. Dobra. Devine can't get a foot on it, but we do eventually get it clear as far as Grimes anyway. Scott turns his man and Coates has managed to win it back, but the keeper spilt it and Shimanga is there for the tap in for Chester. For Chesterfield. It's Chester 0, Chesterfield 1. And it's another Chesterfield highlight. Free kick headed away. Hume picks it up. Grimes back to Hutchinson. Finds Scott, who finds Hutchinson, crossed in, and the ball loops up into the air and Maldon grabs it. So far it's been all Chesterfield, so we need to demand more, I think, even though there's less than 10 minutes gone. It's been poor enough to justify that already, and we await the response from that, and it's a corner to Chester. Kenyon with the in-swinger, into the middle, headed away. Kenyon collects, back for Glendon, who shoots, but it's too high, and the chance is gone. And with 12 minutes gone, we're behind, and deservedly so. We've been woeful. Chesterfield gone top of the table as a result of going ahead of us, deposing leaders Oldham coming into this match, and the playoffs have just got even further away. I mean, it was impossible before the match, so it matters not, but Dagenham have gone ahead and increased the gap. Whitehouse to Glendon to Coates, Williams into Weeks, Devine to Kuyate into Willoughby, has the shot from distance, but it's massively over the crossbar and the chance is wasted. So midway through the first half, and I'm struggling to work out what I'm going to do at half time at the moment. So much needs addressing, not least the fact that Kenyon is very tired. It's headed away by Hutchinson. Shimanga brings it clear, crosses the halfway line, plays it infield for Clark, who shoots, but it's straight at Malden. And the chance is gone for Chesterfield. So at the moment, Kenyon absolutely is coming off. Weeks probably as well. Grimes free kick into the area. And that is never a penalty, but it's given. Burko, the man adjudged to have committed a foul. But the angle of the deflection told you that he got the ball. Shimanga's shot goes straight through Malden from the penalty spot. And that's his second and Chesterfield's second of the game. And it's very much an uphill battle from here. So we've got 10 minutes until half time. And we'll be able to make our changes then. Hume into Scott. Shimanga plays it out wide for Scott. Scott's cross. Shimanga's header straight at Malden, who makes the save look comfortable. Right, we've got 3 members of the back 4 absolutely shattered. So chances are it's going to be a triple sub at half time if we can do it. Glendon's free kick for Chester, headed away. Grimes to Dobra, back to Hume. Finds King. Played forward for Dobra, who's lost it to Kouyaté. Willoughby has the shot. Parrish with the save. And Chesterfield get it away. And the highlight comes to an end. So we come back into the match a little bit towards the end of that first half, but it's an awful long way back from here. And now Declan Weeks is struggling as well. So that's not good news. Right, let's go in the dressing room. We need a much better display in the second half. And we're going to need 3 players to come off. Williams for Lund. Kenyon for Burke. And I think it's going to have to be Declan Weeks for Lloyd Marsh Hughes. And then we're going to need to move George Glendon back and Marsh Hughes forward. Try swapping those 2 around. It makes no difference. In fact, it makes things worse. And we'll go out for the second half now and try and turn this around. We're going to go attack him. There's no point holding back now. We've made our triple change. There's literally nothing else we can do. So let's get out there and give it everything. Shimanga's in again, but it's all the way through for Malden. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the highlights down to just key highlights rather than extended. Try and get the match over with. We don't need to see it. Now we're 2-0 down and there's literally nothing riding on it, so we may as well get it over with. We'll demand more. If there is any developments, any improvement in our situation, we'll see it anyway. So that's the reason I've gone for that. Now it's Coates with the throw-in into Burke. Back to Coates. Glendon. To Coates again. Glendon. Crossfield ball for Devine. To Burko. Crossed to Coates. Back to Burke, to Glendon, Coates, crossed in, Kouyaté under it, it's wide, and never really threatened to go in, even though the commentator's trying to pretend it did. And all in all, this has been a really, really disappointing run of results, and I think just sums up the fitness gap between the part-time and full-time teams. We ran out of steam and slid down the table once we got into playing 2 games a week, and we've not been able to live with it since then. We are going full-time in the summer, so hopefully I can replace the weaker members of the squad, and the increase to full-time training should help the better players to showcase their talent, and hopefully we can put together a squad that's going to actually compete next season and challenge for a playoff spot. I'm going to demand more again. Banks heads it forward, but it's cut out. Whitehouse has lost it to Clark, who's had the shot, and it is just wide. So just over 15 minutes to go, and the game is absolutely dead and buried. There's no way we're getting back into this now. We will try another demand more just in case, but it's more likely that Chesterfield will score again. Hume into King, and he gets the shot away, and indeed Jeff King has scored for Chesterfield. It is Chester 0, Chesterfield 3, and that is massively frustrating. Demand more, and we end our home campaign with another defeat. Luckily we got the 63 points on the board earlier in the season, otherwise we might have been looking over our shoulders with the recent run we've been on. Thankfully it's going to be more than enough to stay in the division, and the only frustration is if we'd had even half decent form over the last 3 months, we'd probably be in the playoffs and looking forward to a chance of promotion. So Divine wins it back and plays it forward down the left hand side. Willoughby collects it, plays it back for Divine into Kouyaté. Kouyaté's shot is wide of the mark and well off target, and that's full time. So it ends Chester 0, Chesterfield 3, and I'll be back in a moment with the second match of the episode and our final league match of the season. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and our final league match of this season, and I'll show you the team for this one. And it is Louis Molden in goal, back four of Kieran Coates, Matty Williams, Harrison Burke and Kevin Burko, Declan Weeks at the base of midfield, George Glendon and Alex Kenyon ahead of him, Kyle John on the right wing, Katia Kouyaté on the left, Kurt Willoughby up front. So let's submit that team and go and give a team talk. Okay, the assistant manager is basically saying we should tell the players they've no chance of winning and see if that makes them fight harder. So why not? Let's just do that with no gesture, and let's get into the match and see if it has the desired effect. So looking at the crew team, there are ex-Pilgrims in there. Burgoyne is one. And I'll give you the full rundown in a moment to see if there's any others as soon as we get a chance to have a look at their lineup in full again. And as always, first 10 minutes we're just going to see how it goes, not do anything overly rash, and at the moment it's pretty even, but it's Burgoyne with the goal kick. Burke is under it. Glendon doesn't get there. March plays it to the right, and Haddo and he's being hassled, and Owakwe's lost out to Kenyon, so we have possession back temporarily, but Kenyon dwelt on it and Thomas has robbed it back off him. March gets the shot away, but Molden makes a comfortable save. So it'll be a Crewe Alexandra corner. I think we encourage at this stage. It's headed away. Owakwe to Finney to Williams. Thomas. And it's a corner. But he's offside, so it won't be given. And the highlight comes to an end. So I'm not able to confirm the lineups for you. There we go. Crewe lineup. Burgoyne is, yes. Quite Ainley. And that is it in the starting lineup. So just the one former Pilgrim in there. And Crewe are absolutely in control of the match. So it's a Crewe corner. Luke Thomas is headed away. Owakwe will get there. Finds Thomas to O'Riordan. Chips it to the far edge of the penalty area. Owakwe picks up the loose ball. Clipped in again. Thomas beats the keeper to it. He heads it wide, but he's offside anyway. And Crewe, as it stands, on 86 points, which is at the moment enough for 4th place. If Southend go ahead, it won't be. But if Chesterfield beat us, then, in fact, if Chesterfield get anything against us, the best Crewe can do is 4th. Sorry, it's not. We're playing Crewe. My apologies. So if we, I'll work the maths out in a minute once this highlight is over. As we win the ball back temporarily and then give it away again. Kenyon plays it across to Kyle John. Gets his cross in, headed away. Finney plays it long. Too long for his Crewe teammate, but Williams miscontrols and Thomas gets in, and Josh March has a goal for Crewe right on half time, and it is now Crewe 1, Chester 0. So we'll be able to do the maths in full at the start of the second half. Right, I want a much better display. Do we need any subs is the next question. And the answer to that is a resounding yes. I'm going to put Kouyaté up front. Willoughby, I am going to take off. I'm going to take both the wingers off, I think. In fact, I can't do that. So I will take off Kyle John because he's playing worse than Kurt Willoughby. I'll bring on Milenik Ali. And what else am I going to do? I'm going to move Kouyaté back onto the wing. Willoughby can stay up front. And that'll do for now. So just the one change at half time. And let's go out there and try and turn it around. Let's go attack him. Demand more as well. Throw everything at the game. See if we can get back into it. We haven't had a shot on target yet. And it does look like we're going to finish at best 12th. In fact, that is the best we can do anyway. So all we can hope is that we hold on to 12th position and a top half finish. That depends on Bromley and what they're doing, which at the moment I'm not certain of. Bromley are level with Southend, who have secured a playoff place. And it's Haddo for Crewe. Plays it forward. Finney is fouled there, surely, but it's fallen for Thomas. And he picks up the loose ball. Finney plays in Thomas again. Has the shot. And it's off the post for a goal kick. Right, Willoughby needs to come off. He's having a terrible game. So we'll bring on Lloyd Marsh-Hughes, the youngster. And for my final change, it is going to be Williams coming off and Liam Edwards coming on. Can we turn it around in the last 15 minutes? We don't deserve to. Crewe thoroughly deserve their win. I'm going to try Berate because we've been in shocking form and shown no sign of turning it around. We should have been much, much closer to the playoffs than this, given our earlier season form. But we're into the last 10 minutes, still trailing by 1-0, and not even looking like getting back into it. So with 5 minutes to go, still 1-0 to Crewe. And that is going to be enough for them to finish 4th. And the title is looking like going to Oldham at the moment, as they're winning 2-0. Chesterfield are ahead, so they can't do any better. And Notts County are, I don't know, I think they might be ahead as well. Burko into Kouyaté, who turns, plays it forward. Offord picks up the loose ball. Adebisi's ball into Kroll. He rounds the keeper, and James Kroll makes it 2-0 to Crewe Alexandra in second half stoppage time. And that is basically it. There's one more highlight. So Crewe have another corner, Thomas with it. And he's going for the outswinging corner. And what's he going to do? Finds March's head, but Molden is equal to that one. And is that going to be full time? Yes, it is. It's Crewe Alexandra 1, Chester 0. I'll be back in a moment to show you the final league table of the season and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to show you the league table. And as you can see, we end up in 12th position in the table with 63 points from our 46 matches played, 17 wins, 12 draws, 17 defeats. And in the end, 11 points shy of a playoff position. And let's have a look at what is coming up on the next episode. And fairly obviously, given that we have reached the FA Trophy final, I am going to show you that on the next episode, along with the transfer special. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.